Welcome to Cars in Korea. I am DK Kim, your source for Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars straight from Korea. This car that you probably never have heard of nor seen is one of the best-selling cars here in Korea. The car I am test driving is 2026 Hyundai Grandeur, aka Azera Hybrid Calligraphy fully loaded model. Well, let me tell you the simple reason behind it. It's not sold outside of Korea except UAE. So there's only one country in the world outside of Korea that actually gets this car. And its export name is called Azera, whereas it's called Grandeur here in Korea. I know some of you guys are going to tell me I pronounced it wrong. I have no idea how that is supposed to be pronounced in English way because Grandeur, which is the Korean pronunciation here we use in Korea, is something that I've been hearing all throughout my entire life. If you are Korean or someone born and raised in Korea, you are bound to know and be aware of the name Grandeur, once again, because it is actually the ultimate daddy father's dream car or the successful entrepreneur or any businessman. That's including my father as well. He used to own, I don't know what generation it was, and I'll show you that on the screen right now. The generations have been building up on this Grandeur heritage legacy. So that actually is one of the reasons why I'm going to tell you that this is one of the best-selling cars from Hyundai here in Korea, despite the fact that this pretty much is the domestic market only model. Well, except for some of the years that it was sold in North America. And I know some of you guys are going to drop in the comment below and let me know your experience with Azera. Feel free to do so. That is something that I really enjoy doing with my viewers. So first things first, the looks. That's including both exterior and interior. Well, it already has been years, literally, since this all-new Grandeur rolled out here in Korea. It was well over 2 years ago, if not 3. I remember it was very cold winter. This is one of the first cars to get that seamless horizon lamp that we see abundantly on latest Hyundai cars. I mean, let alone the Sonata we see in front of us, Elantra, Kona, you name it. Elantra right there. Beauty of being in the mother country of Hyundai, Genesis, Kia cars, right? It literally is just a horizontal line on the front and rear for this Grandeur. There's nothing else. Just straight horizontal line bar on the front and same for the rear. It's just pretty much copy paste when it comes to the exterior design. But I absolutely love them both because it looks gorgeous, both lights out and lights on during the day and night time. And it actually takes a lot of technology and skill to come up with such a thin LED lighting. As far as the front look is concerned, there has been this gigantic grille that literally stretches out all the way from the far left and far right. It makes the front look much bigger, robust, and some of you guys might call it masculine as well. It definitely lives up to the title of the car being a flagship sedan of Hyundai. So that being said, this is the ultimate luxury sedan you can get from Hyundai cars. And this car has been in existence before the brand Genesis rolled out. If you know, you know, the Genesis actually was supposed to be the ultimate luxury car above this Grandeur, and it was originally a Hyundai Genesis. It was just the name of a car. However, Genesis quickly decided that they will come up with the luxury brand of their own, which they have been doing a fabulous job with, as we all know, right? So the front and rear, they look quite similar. However, the kicker with the exterior look is that the car became much younger, if you will. The car's been expensive, so it wasn't the car that people in 20s or 30s would think of when they are thinking of getting themselves a car. However, come this generation, the design has gotten much younger, the price has become quite competitive, and because of that exterior upgrade, younger people started getting more and more Granger starting with this generation. Me, I guess I've gotten older, but this car actually suits me pretty well. The car's definitely gotten younger. It has broadened, expanded its population and prospective customers and buyers, and the result is showing. A few of my friends actually do own and drive Granger. The car comes with RSPA2, remote smart parking assist 2, that allows you to pull the car in and out and even self-park on its own with a remote key fob. As you can see, all the latest tech that Hyundai has got to offer has been implemented. It can change the lanes automatically for you. It has the BVM, blind spot view monitor, which really helps with extra safety. Less blind spot there is, it's always the better. And also let me turn on the AR navigation, augmented reality navigation. The car offers the wireless Android Auto as well as Apple CarPlay. Of course, you can have the hard cable connections, dual 12.3-inch monitors left and right that offers the latest CCNC connected car navigation cockpit from Hyundai Motor Group. And in the middle down below right here is 10.25-inch display dedicated for HVAC. Everything here is touch sensitive. There is no physical button, and there has been likes and dislikes about this. It really depends on your personal preference, I guess. Of course, the advantage of having everything in a display is that it keeps the interior and everything sleek. So it looks something like this. So there is the whole panel dedicated for the HVAC only. You see this one? Normal, and you can go into the simple mode, and you can go into this custom mode as well. What I really like about this mode is that just tap on this. It's very self-explanatory, as you can see. It's really intuitive. Press on the button that you wish to set. The car being the flagship sedan of Hyundai, it comes with the comfortable stretch, the massage seat, if you will, something that my wife Dima loves. But unfortunately, just like it has been with the flagship SUV, Hyundai Palisade, it's only offered in the driver's seat only. It's not on the shotgun, unfortunately. Granger also offers you a variety of seat choices inside. You can have the artificial leather or the genuine leather or Nappa leather, and this seat is the seat pattern you can only get with the calligraphy trim, which this car is. Right there, when you change the drive modes, that is the interactive ambient mood lighting. So it actually kind of has that fancy animation when you change the different drive modes, but also it interacts with you, such as when you're going over speed before the speed cameras and whatnot, therefore interacting with you. And this steering wheel, something I should have told you from the start, is definitely unique. We don't see this steering wheel anywhere else except Granger. So this looks like a 3-spoke steering wheel. Well, it is technically, because they are all connected. However, there is this one gigantic spoke in the middle, which is actually an homage to the first generation Granger. And if you recall, there has been a lot of 1-spoke steering wheel back in the days. In the middle is also 4 dots for the letter H of Morse code, H for Hyundai. And there's the drive mode right there. On the left is ADAS related buttons, and you see it changes to yellow when I'm going a little bit over speed before the speed camera, just like so. On the right is phone related buttons, and column type shifter behind the steering wheel. Well, this is pretty much modern and standard in latest Hyundai cars, but wasn't so when Granger first came out. And thanks to the column type shifter, this crazy space in the middle has become a possibility, and therefore we have the wireless charging pad in the middle with 2 retractable cup holders, which is my personal favorite feature because you can literally retract it when you're not using it, and you can fit a big size item here. And when you need to, just simply press on this button to get the cup holder. And the armrest, big enough. It also comes with the UVC sterilization system. Therefore, if you need to sanitize your smartphone or family with a baby, so it's quite practical for those who frequently use it. Once again, the car being a flagship sedan, it offers the wide panoramic sunroof, the ones that we've been seeing here and there, but it's always great to have. I personally am a big fan of panoramic sunroofs. I include this on all of my cars. That's including the Veloster N that I actually had. So you can probably see how gigantic it is. The shade, it's finished in suede, luxurious interior, which is actually only offered in calligraphy trim, just so you know. And these button things that you see, if you have been watching my previous reviews, you guys know what that is. If you take a closer look at it, it says acoustic control. So those are the technologies for noise cancellation system, which works essentially the same as noise canceling earbuds. So it shoots out the counter frequency of the noise, therefore we don't recognize any noise. Speaking of which, it leads to this great and outrageous NVH noise, vibration, and harshness this Grandeur offers. So this acoustic control, together with the interior and the dual laminated acoustic glasses on all of the windows you see, windshield, first row and the second row seat. So let me show you this one right there. There is actually automated blind right there. You can control it all using these buttons right over here. I know we've seen this on a Genesis car, but once again, it's a Hyundai brand, right? So ultimate luxury car this is. Speaking of which, that's including the headrest cushion. That is my wife Dima's favorite as well. It's just as great and comfy as it was with the ones that we saw on Genesis cars. So that being said, we can see the second row is actually made and built for the ultimate luxury as well. It's really comfy on the second row seat as well. And judging by the headrest, it's actually carved out towards the top to give you the maximum headroom inside. And you will also see the opera glass on the D quarter glass, which is definitely the traits we saw a lot in the early day full-size luxury saloon cars. And this Grandeur first generation was no exception. It actually does come from the opera terms. Feel free to Google it if you like. Simply put, it is for the ultimate luxury. Once again, this Grandeur pursues. So back to the NVH. As for the vibration and harshness, the preview suspension that's been applied on this Grandeur helps big time. What it does is that the car will utilize the GPS as well as the navigation and sensors around the car to detect and preview the road conditions up ahead. Therefore, it will control the suspension to give you the best riding comfort possible. It's not air suspension, however, it is ECS, electronically controlled suspension though. And if you've tried it out before, you guys know how great it is, and it's no exception with Hyundai Grandeur. Everybody in my family, including my wife Dima and my mother-in-law, they said it's been one of the best comfortable cars that they have ever tried out. And it's actually the first car Dima said that she would want to give a test drive, and she did. She actually wanted to feel and test out for herself how and what this car feels like. And she has done exactly that. She actually drove this car. So that's how great and comfortable this car was. And this indigo light two-tone gray interior is just absolutely beautiful. I love the white interior colors, but this two-tone, it has a bit of greenish color to it. It looks absolutely beautiful under the sunlight, and it kind of gives that bit of dark gray, blackish interior vibe to it when there is less lighting. It's not color shifting. However, this subtle color suits very well with this ultimate luxury Grandeur car. And the exterior color too. It's called Yugi Bronze Matte color paint, and that color is not shared by other Hyundai cars. It's Grandeur exclusive. Once again, ultimate luxury. The car also offers smart power trunk, which allows the trunk to be opened automatically when you approach the car from behind and stay nearby the car for 3 seconds. And I told you at the beginning that this is a Grandeur hybrid, so this matters a lot, right? The fuel economy and the MPG. 14 kilometers per liter for the past 30 kilometers an hour and 30 minutes of driving. Rush hour it was, as you have seen all throughout, and the cumulative fuel economy is 15.1 for the past 270 kilometers that I test drove. And you can also see more info right there with the hybrid system. And trust me, it's not the best MPG that I can get with this car, because I am the worst person when it comes to the fuel economy. It's not just about this car, it's all cars included, ICE, EV, you name it. The car is definitely capable of showing you the numbers beyond 20 kilometers per liter when conditions are met, and it's driven by a proper person. So there is no hybrid model exclusive feature, unlike Palisade Hybrid that we have seen, such as stay mode, but we will probably see more and more in the later versions of the Grandeur, because it's really overdue for a facelift, if not an all new model. You can also get a 20-inch wheels and tires, which this car has. So if you go with a smaller wheels and tires, that number will definitely rise up. So tell me and let me know in the comment below how you think about this car, whether Hyundai should bring this back to North America and other markets around the globe. I know the market for sedan is shrinking and it's only the SUV that is growing, so Hyundai probably had to make a tough call and decision there. So it's a little bit unlikely this will debut overseas. Who knows, right? Who knows? So if you have chosen or bought a sedan, also let me know and share in the comment below why you chose that, especially if you have debated an SUV over the sedan. Alright, that's it for today. I am DK Kim of Cars in Korea, reporting live straight from Korea. And I'll see you in the next video with latest Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. Bye-bye. I just noticed that I didn't really talk about the ride of the car so much. This, hands down, is the best ride and handling that I have gotten from Hyundai cars, period. I even dare want to say and compare this to that of Genesis even. Genesis G70, it's so much better than that for sure. Maybe G80? Well, that is in the genre of getting from point A to B, just being a comfortable commuter city car. Not so much about the driving performance, well, because that is definitely something that this Grandeur is not aiming for. And the transition between the hybrid system is flawless. I just don't feel a thing. It's smooth like butter. And the acceleration is also adequate. You have no issue merging into traffic when you properly hit on the accelerator. Honestly, just nothing to complain about. It's great around the corners and bumpy roads, as you can see. This is the best car for the country of speed bumps, Korea.